LinkedIn live videos. I'm an economic recovery and resilience consultant. My company is SAGAX Associates, SAGAX Associates.com is where you can reach us. So please feel free to go through my LinkedIn profile and see some other videos that I've done. This is building on a quick video I did a few days ago about equity. And I think sometimes, and rightly so, we look at DEI through the lens of racial diversity. And I just wanted to bring up something from my own personal experience that has come into my professional experience of equity and DEI is including people with disabilities, especially with economic development and workforce strategies and policies. There are basic things that we can do to make things accessible and obviously accommodate. And the thing I've noticed most is that we tend to focus on those disabilities which are visible. So those who have physical disabilities, it's those that which are pretty much you're able to identify without asking the person that they have a disability. They are highly discriminated against, and they have some of the lowest employment rates, despite being completely capable of being able to be fully employed and involved in the workforce. So my experience for a lot of people know this, that I have a son on the autism spectrum, and with that, I've learned to work with a number of advocacy groups and policy groups on people with disabilities, especially those with developmental disabilities, and that we need to be more aware, and me too, that there's people that you're working with, especially on Zoom, that it's brings it to a higher level too, that we need to just be kind and think about that the people that we're working with, that if there's people who you're working with who are speaking in a way that you think may be odd, or the context in which they provided guidance doesn't necessarily make sense to you because it doesn't fit social standards. A lot of this has to do, sometimes people who just think differently. And sometimes that could be because they have a disability, a developmental disability, which impacts their social skills, their executive functioning, and their ways to interact with other people. So I've been in the process for a while now in my limited free time of looking at especially autism and how we look at economic resilience and how we look at people with developmental disabilities and physical disabilities and intellectual disabilities, and how we include them in the workforce. As we all know, the numbers for diagnosis of autism is increasing. I have all these stats for a white paper I'm working on, but the other startling facts are the underemployment and unemployment numbers for people with autism. And many of these people are very capable to be fully engaged in workforce. They just need some accommodations. But also, I think some of us need to change our mindset shift about how we work with people who may think differently than us. So I'm wearing this shirt here. It's the Keystone Adaptive Center, and that's in Keystone, Colorado. And it's let's see if I can get a picture here. It is an outdoor recreation center in Keystone, Colorado, where they work with children and adults with developmental, intellectual, and physical disabilities. They work with wounded warriors, and they work all year. Obviously skiing at Keystone Resort, but they're a program of the Breckenridge Outdoor Education Center, and they work with brain injuries, people with brain injuries, it's just a wonderful organization. So I'm putting the link to this organization for you to learn more. And if you can share and if you feel driven to donate, I'm going to share a screen here. And so this is my little guy. And here we are in Colorado, and he's learning to ski. And we haven't obviously gone in a while, but they have a ski instructor, and then they have a support person to help him. And as he's gotten older, he gets more independent as the week goes on every time we go out there. So anyway, equity has come up a few times, mainly because of different federal funding that's going on. And people are saying, well, how should we define it for their grant applications? And USEDA had just posted something about how they define equity. But I just wanted to give you something personal, and that I think we do need to embrace this and be more aware, because the population of people with autism is increasing. And I say that one person said to me, my son was in a adaptive soccer program, and the mom had her son be a buddy for the kids. And she said that she wanted her son to learn how to work with kids with special needs, because he may be managing kids like this when they're adults one day. And I know she was coming from a good place, so I didn't say anything. But the other thing is that a lot of these people with autism could be managing you one day. So it's not necessarily that they're limited to entry level work. A lot of people I've met are very high skill, more so than me. So, all right. I went a little bit over, but I just wanted to give you that. And again, I'll put the links for Keystone Adaptive Center and BOEC below, and for you to learn more. And I'll try and tag them. It's always delayed with how it posts with these live things. But I'll also I'll let you know when we have some of these white papers actually finished. So hopefully I'll get them done before the year ends. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well, and please feel free to reach out to me, and take care.